Hey everybody, this is Unit 3 Formative 1, your second day on standard form. Alright, so remember we have standard form is ax plus by equals c, and slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Remember when you're graphing in standard form, the only thing you need is your x and y intercepts, and when you're graphing in slope-intercept, you can graph just from your m and b. Okay, so here we have an equation that is in standard form, okay? The two things that we're used to pulling out of an equation in standard form, remember, are your x-intercept and y-intercept and x-intercept, okay? So in order to do this, remember, we say that for x-intercept, y is going to equal 0, so that will mean that we have 2x equals 6, divide by 2, so x is going to equal 3. For your y-intercept then, x is going to equal 0, which means we have 3y equals 6, because remember this part right here became 0, and so then therefore we have y equals 2, because we're going to divide by 3. Okay, so our x-intercept then would be, or our y-intercept, sorry, would be 0, 2. Our x-intercept would be 3, 0. Okay. Now, to find our slope, which is the third thing we want to find, we actually need to put it into slope-intercept form, because remember, we pull slope out of slope-intercept form. We cannot get the slope from standard form. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our equation, 2x plus 3y equals 6, and we're going to convert it into slope-intercept form. So that means putting the y by itself. So we're going to move our x's over by subtracting them first. That gives me 3y is equal to negative 2x plus 6. Just list your x's first, and the negative goes with the 2. Then we're going to divide by 3. Well, that gives me y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 2. Now, we could have actually pulled our y-intercept from this equation as well, because our y-intercept, remember, is just the 2. This is a nice way to check to make sure we did it correctly over here. And sure enough, we got the same thing, 2 and 2. Okay, and then our slope, remember, is just the one before the x. So negative 2/3 is our slope. And then we are done. All right, did you know that starbursts were actually not first invented in America? All right, for this one here, we have another equation in standard form. So remember, from standard form, which ones of these three can we pull out? Well, we can pull x-intercept and y-intercept if we solve for them. So we're going to take our x-intercept. That means y is going to equal 0. So we have negative 2x equals negative 12. Divide by negative 2. X is going to equal a positive 6. So that means your x-intercept is 6, 0. All right, your y-intercept then means that your x is going to equal 0, which means this part right here cancels out. So that means we have 3y equals negative 12. Divide by 3. Y is negative 4. So our y-intercept then down here, 0, negative 4. To find your slope, remember, we're going to rewrite the equation here so I can work with it off on the side. And we want to get the y by itself because we pull slope from slope-intercept form. Add 2x because it's a negative 2x. Rewrite your equation, 3y equals a positive 2x minus 12. Divide by 3. That gives you y is equal to 2/3 x minus 4, because it's negative 12 divided by positive 3. Now, once again, we could check our y-intercept, because from slope-intercept form, we get our slope and our y-intercept. Our slope and our y-intercept is negative 4 here, and sure enough, we got negative 4 as our y-intercept over here as well. So they match each other. Now, yes, you could have waited to get the y-intercept and got it from here, okay? But it's just a nice way to check to make sure you did it correctly, because a lot of times we mess up when we convert this, and then you get two parts wrong instead of just one of the parts wrong with the slope. Okay, and then your slope is 2/3 then, because that's the number before the x. All right, let's do one more here. We have 5x plus 3y equals 8. So x-intercept, because we're in standard form, means y will equal 0. 5x equals 8. Divide by 5. X is going to equal 8 over 5. That means your x-intercept is 8/5, 0. Your y-intercept then is going to be where x equals 0. So that means that we have 3y equals 8. Divide by 3. Y is going to equal 8/3. So that means your y-intercept is just 0, 8/3. All right, we have our equation 5x plus 3y equals 8. We want to get it to y equals so we can pull our slope from it. So subtract the 5x. That gives you 3y is equal to negative 5x plus 8, because remember there's a negative in front of the 5, so we pull that down with that because we're subtracting 5x. If it was plus 5x, we would have just a positive 5x, okay? And the plus 8 because it's a positive 8 there. Divide by 3. Y is equal to negative 5 over 3, because you can't actually divide them, plus, okay, since it's a positive 8 and a positive 3, we get 8/3. Now, once again, we could check our y-intercept. So our y-intercept is 8/3, and sure enough, we got the same thing over here for our y-intercept. Our slope then is going to be the number before the x, which is negative 5 over 3. And there is your slope, x-intercept, and y-intercept. All right, make sure you took notes, and we will see you later.